that.
Amrit, if you was responsible for the Indian opening ceremony, what would you do?
Oh God.
Jeez, that's a mad question.
You know, you've got Bharatanatyam, you know, the Indian traditional dance.
You'd have to open with that.
Yeah, you'd have to open with that. You'd have to get Bhangra in there.
You'd have to close with Bhangra, I think.
You'd have to close it with Bhangra. Yeah. Bollywood's going to feature in there. You're going to have Shah Rukh Khan in there, 100%.
Shah Rukh Khan doing this.
Yeah. You're going to have Amitabh Bachchan singing the national anthem.
What about Diljit?
Oh, 100%. You can't miss Diljit. Diljit is the biggest Indian artist there is.
And also you need some cricket.
You're basically going to have Sachin Tendulkar there doing something. You're going to have the Ambanis there because they love a show, right? They're going to be there flashing the cash.
That's just the pre-wedding.
Exactly, right?
That event is the pre-wedding.
You need someone like that new singer, that Hanuman Khan guy.
Yo, he needs to be there. Yo, he's lit, bro.
Got Priyanka Chopra.
Priyanka Chopra is going to be all...
And the Joe Jonas brothers.
You know what the best way to open the Indian opening ceremony? Do you know who it should be?
What?
Pooja Vardhan's behaviour.
Oh... It's gonna start with this.
Silence, stadium, silent, there's lights, all the lights go off.
You hear like shattering noise.
Yes.
Glass shattering noise.
Pooja, what is this behavior?
And then Pooja, Kareena Kapoor, dressed as Pooja from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, walks down the aisle. That is fucking.
And you've got to bring in the great Kali.
That's actually quite a few names, man. Shilpa Shetty.
Shilpa Shetty.
Nah,
we've got too many nose jobs with Priyanka Chopra. We can only have one nose job. What's happening, people? Welcome to another episode of the Everton 9000 podcast. What are you saying, Amrit?
Amrit, bro.
You thought I was talking about you, but no, I'm talking about Amrit, who's older than you and therefore deserves his name more than you.
Right. Okay.
What do you have to say for that?
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope you... I don't know. I mean, you thought you were funny, but it's not really funny.
No, I caught you off guard.
He's naturally a submissive, he is.
Because 90% of the people wouldn't have got that.
Right. 90% of the people, for those 90%, obviously they know him as Aman, but his name's Amrit. He's a cloud boy. You know what? We were like, about time, just jump on a pod. Because we're having all this banter off air. We might as well just add to it.
You guys are running this space up differently, man.
Come on.
Obviously I have to jump on and see what you guys are up to.
We've got so many topics ready for you guys today. Obviously, if you want to skip to one, look at the description and go straight there. But the most important topic of them all, Amrit, you pulled up and your car had liner plates on there. Can you please explain?
What do you mean? I'm giving
you had a big red L in the middle of your
I'm just giving somebody
bonnet,
lessons.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but hold on.
L's in the chat, man. Straight up.
What?
You know that's meant to go like on the back of
yes,
the car.
There is one, and then you meant to have one at the front as well.
I've literally never seen it at the front centre of a car. I don't know. I could be wrong, but...
You are wrong.
Why have you even got it up?
I never even had it when I was taking lessons.
What?
I never had it even when I was like a new learner or anything. I never had them.
Yeah, because learner cars have it at the top, you know, and at the back, but you meant to have it at front and the back.
What, aerial view?
No, they've got that thing in it, that little hump thing on the top of the car that has like the learner plate. And
that's the driving instructor, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, well, obviously my car's not a proper driver.
Are you taking part-time gigs as a driving instructor?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
That needs to be investigated. Mm-hmm. So, West Midlands Police, look into whatever's going on in and around Amrit's car, because something doesn't smell right.
Mm-hmm.
When I say smell right, I'm talking about you.
Illegal trading.
Right, now... you know what? We got to talk about the Olympics.
Are you finished, Phil?
I'm finished. Unless you got any more comments to make.
Oh, no.
Whatever you say will be taken as evidence into court.
Right.
But yeah, like I said,
shit.
You should have let it go, but you wanted another comment. Do it again.
I've never seen Amrit this silent.
Yeah, he's getting fucked.
Have you got nothing to say?
I'm just wondering when you guys
I love it. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we need to talk about the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Right, straight up, that's been the talk of the town. Everybody, it's been on. It finished, yesterday?
Day before.
And India finished with, 3 medals? 4 medals?
7.
No.
It's 6, isn't it?
It was 6
it?
or 7,
It's 6.
What did they achieve?
They didn't get a gold this time. Missed out on a gold. Neeraj Chopra.
And was it more than 1 silver?
Yeah, it might have been 2 or 3 silvers.
Because last time I saw it, let me just load it up, medal table. So they came in what position? I'll tell you, they came in...
Like
71st. Yeah, they had 1 silver, 5 bronze, 6 medals in total. That is dead, bro.
There's not... The infrastructure there is not there for like sports people to really kind of grow, I think, within athletics and also just generally the sports. India historically in Olympics and also Commonwealth Games have been strong-ish, at least in wrestling, That's always big in India.
Because of kabaddi, because of the roots of kabaddi.
Essentially, yes. And then wrestling has been quite big, generally speaking, and then also male and female. Archery has always been another one, and also shooting. But this year, there was a girl this year who got a bronze for India for shooting.
Right.
And so that's always been a strong point. But generally, athletics and stuff, there's just not the.
What about Milkha Singh?
Yeah, again, I mean, those people, the athletics. I mean, we've not really seen like another 400-meter runner since Milkha Singh, or in fact any sort of runner from India since then.
I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it. A nation that big, that is big on sports.
No, it's big on sports in like it's big in cricket.
Yeah,
all the money is basically in cricket.
Second biggest sport in the world.
And then hockey is always in another.
And hockey, I was disappointed with the bronze.
Yeah, I think India have one of the strongest hockey teams in the world, so they should have done better. But sometimes you don't win all the games that you play. So at least they got a bronze. They got a medal.
You'd expect gold.
Yeah, I mean,
India not got the best hockey team.
There's some strong teams always.
We harp on about hockey so much.
Yeah, but generally the support system for athletes to come up in India is not there unless you're a cricketer or something. Only then, like, you can make real money. Even like, there's been an outstanding performance.
It's not about the money though, because an athlete in Britain isn't making dirty money.
No, it's not about making money. It's about having the infrastructure to go and train. It's about having the grassroots basically funded.
What does the UK have that India doesn't?
Essentially, the funding at grassroots levels for people to try sports, for people to grow into sports. That isn't essentially cricket.
But we just said that same point. The funding isn't huge here either.
No, it is.
How
if you look
so?
at the grassroots levels, you go to schools, you play all types of sports. Right, and then you go outside of clubs, you play all types of sports. You can join a gymnastics club. Can you do that?
Why can you not do the same in India?
Because the funding and the grassroots is just not there. Like you're from a village, let's say Haryana, you're from a village in, let's say, Punjab, or even like a rural area from South States. That sort of facilities just
There's
aren't
people
there.
that live in cities as well.
Yeah, but then it's just not enough, right? So, and even like from cities, the sports like athletics are just not that popular in India, and it's a shame because you could find some rare talent, and I think genuine talents. There is talent within the people, but they just don't have the facilities there to kind of grow and take it forward. One sort of like anomaly that's recently has been obviously Neeraj Chopra. He won the gold at Commonwealth. He won the gold in World Championships and so on. Unfortunately, he missed out on the gold this time to a very able and talented.
What was that in?
Javelin.
Mate.
Yeah.
Pakistan guy.
Yeah, he killed it, honestly. And they show a very close bond as well, Neeraj Chopra and Arshad Nadeem. So it was good to see him win the gold. If it wasn't Neeraj Chopra, I would have wanted him to win it. So it's really good. So there's a good rivalry there.
He got 92 metres in the Commonwealth
That was the
Games
Olympic world record, that was.
Yeah, and in Birmingham, he achieved 90 metres.
Yeah. So he's thrown some big ones. And, at least Neeraj Chopra, since he's become famous, since he's won everything, he's had, like, the right support and he's had the funding there. But for Arshad Nadeem, he never even had the backing of the PSB, essentially, the Pakistani Sports Board or the government. So he kind of, a lot of the times, only last year or 2 years ago, he was basically like pleading to the government to give him a new javelin because the one that had been using for 7 years was now like essentially worn out.
My question is, should India see their performance in the Olympics as embarrassing?
Yes, and I think they should see it embarrassing every time that we have the Olympics because they come out short of a nation that has 1 billion people. So if you compare it to China, for example, Chinese people the Chinese government is perhaps overly kind of pressurizing their athletes and stuff.
Different.
Because they come out with... It's always US and China.
That little kid.
Yeah.
Like,
playing table tennis
Since young age,
since
right?
day.
Yeah.
So it's like he's crying, he's killing it,
Yeah.
but he's crying because he feels the pressure, but he's winning.
Exactly, and I think the Chinese athletes, if they play a sport that doesn't require a lot of hard work, like physical pain, they don't see it as being worth it. So the more like physical pain that you go through in your sort of like sport, the more value they give it and stuff. Whereas the appetite from the Indian authorities and from the government and from the sports boards is just not there to like provide proper infrastructure.
Generally, I think with China, like they have that genuine obsession with.
It's not so.
excellence,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's more so to do with like Olympics is also like a soft power play for nations. By the way, so like China, the reason they're so huge into it is basically because they want to rival the US.
That's exactly why I say why aren't India pumping
Exactly,
into it?
but that appetite is just not there. And even Russia, for example, Russia was doping their.
No, but Russia's appetite is there.
No, it's there, but
Even athletes are tweeting like, "You're lucky I'm not competing."
No, it's not even that. But
Even when the whole boxing incident happened recently,
yeah,
with what's her name, Khalifi,
Imani Khalifi.
Imana Khalifi, a Russian boxer, she tweeted and says, "You're lucky I'm not there."
Yeah, No, but generally speaking, the Russians, like, the appetite is there because they want to compete against the US, and so much so they had like states.
So that's what I'm saying. My question is, all these nations, these world nations, obviously it's soft power play, like you said.
Yeah.
Why is India not there?
Because they just don't have the appetite for it. They just don't have the infrastructure. They don't have the mindset to put money in at the grassroots level, right? Where you don't see the results coming up the next day, for example. People only want to be seen where there's already success. Like, there is literally no appetite from the India government, whether it's the current one or the previous ones that we've had going back 20, 30 years. The appetite to develop sports infrastructure, especially at grassroots level, is just not there. You've got dusty old pitches to play cricket in. People play cricket in in streets and stuff. But to have proper facilities that you do need to kind of like identify and train up young raw talent, it's just not there, unfortunately, especially because a lot of India is also rural India as well, and a lot of people majority of the people in India still live in rural areas. Those facilities are just not there for them, unfortunately.
I reckon the populations in cities with infrastructures is probably still higher than a lot of nations.
It is, but then even within cities, the infrastructure is not there. The sports club's not there.
You've got one point and you're just going to nail that.
But how else do you explain it? Because you're saying that there's no talent in India then.
No, because I just said a question, but you didn't understand that question.
How
you
so?
just straight jumped to infrastructure isn't there. So
Yeah.
I'll say exactly what I said again. Even in cities where the infrastructure is there,
it's not there. That's the thing.
You're saying in the whole of India, there's not an infrastructure for hockey?
No, there is for hockey, and hockey does well in India. Generally.
It didn't.
Yeah, no.
It hasn't in the history of Olympics.
Would you say, okay, just because India didn't win the World Cup last year, you would say like the infrastructure is not there for cricket development in India?
What do you mean? They did win the World Cup.
No, I'm not about last year, the Cricket World Cup.
They lost in the final.
Yeah.
So that would have been a silver.
Okay, but then what I'm trying to say to you is just because India lost one
and then I'm looking at the history of Indian cricket, they've won a few World Cups.
But generally, India's hockey team is quite dominant in the world. Just because they didn't win this tournament, they didn't get a gold, doesn't mean that the infrastructure is there.
But see, dominant in whose eyes? In what semblance?
If you just look at their performance and generally how they weigh up and what their rankings are in world hockey, for example, in comparison to other nations, India is one of the dominant teams in hockey, and the infrastructure is there, especially in Punjab and Haryana. Okay. And those two states heavily focus on hockey.
And then you're saying there's not running circuits across India?
Not really, not that much. There's not really running clubs. There's not really gymnastic clubs that you would see people would foster talent from. People don't have access to them.
There's 627 athletic tracks in India.
In a country that big as India, with over 1 billion people, you're telling me that's enough?
That's still enough to produce talent.
I don't think it's enough at all. How far would you need to go to get to access to a running track if you're in some village in Kerala, or if you're in some village in Nagaland?
No, but you keep focusing on the villages. But I'm talking about cities.
Yeah.
And my question to you is, in the cities that have more population than a lot of these countries, there are 627 running tracks.
Okay.
The UK, by comparison, has 320.
Yeah.
Right.
UK, by comparison, is about 20 times smaller than India.
Right. And again, we're not talking about land mass.
Yeah.
Right? Because Russia has got a big land mass. We're not talking about Latin Canada's got a big land mass. We're not talking about that.
Yeah.
We're talking about cities where the population is heavy and the facilities are there.
It's not there, though. That's the thing I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my gosh. It's like we're having two different conversations, Amrit. There's 627 racetracks.
Okay.
Right? To win a gold medal, someone with raw talent can just go on the
How much funding is gone into nurture kids into running? How much funding is going on at grassroots levels? You don't know. I don't know. But it's clearly.
Are you denying that there's 627 tracks in India?
No, I'm not denying that.
Are you denying that the facility to run 100 meters is not there?
Just depends
for a huge amount of population.
Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you is, have you been on the ground? Have you seen what the state?
Have you been on the ground?
No, but I'm just saying, because there's literally.
You're making assumptions then, aren't you?
But are you not making assumptions?
I'm not making an assumption. I'm giving you a fact. Right. That the 627.
So what's your point? So are you saying Indians are not as good runners at all then?
Well, yeah, clearly.
Okay. I disagree with that, because I think you can find raw talent in anywhere in the world, right?
Yeah.
A lot of it just obviously depends on genetics as well. People from Africa, especially West Africa, countries, they have genuinely a lot of endurance because the altitudes and so on of the countries where they're from.
Yes.
Right? And they have certain genetics that build them. Like, for example, Jamaica have the...
Correct. And now, 15 minutes into the podcast, you've made a valid point, apart from the facilities aren't there.
But in India, you have got talent. You have got athletic talent, but... That's
just not as good as the rest of the world.
No, but it doesn't have to be absolutely world class. It can still be at professional level, for example, right?
For the Olympics,
you've had Olympians come through who have shined well in the past. For example, Milka Singh, right? You know,
He didn't shine at the Olympics.
No, he didn't. But he was still like
He only won at India level.
No, he won at India level.
we actually
and a Commonwealth level.
Yes,
at a Commonwealth level, but
not
still,
the Olympics.
Generally speaking, I think historically, there's just not been an appetite from the government to kind of build these facilities and to really build on the successes that people can have, like build talent. For example, China, right? They're not natural runners, but they excel in other sports, right? Chinese people generally, if you look at the body types of Chinese people as well, it's not you wouldn't find them competing with Jamaica in a 100-meter race.
Same with India.
Exactly. But they still develop a lot of like other sports. They really put in money at grassroots level to really develop the kids and so on in other disciplines. But India, that appetite is just not there.
But you know what? Generally about the Olympics, before we talk about some of the other sort of the feats from it, I personally just couldn't bring myself to watch it a lot. It's that thing for me where it's just like, okay, it's on. And if I'm really bored, I'll watch it.
No.
And I know a lot of people will think, what the fuck? And I get that. But it's the same as like, some people just don't like international football when it comes on. Some people just can't watch Test cricket but can watch T20. For me, it's the Olympics. Because really, if you think about it, we make it up to be this world standard,
It is.
But it's not.
It is.
It's not because the football isn't world standard.
No. You see, you can't focus on like some sports and say it's not like the Olympics is probably the biggest sporting event in the world. I think it's bigger than the World Cup, Football World Cup.
It might be because obviously all the nations are involved.
Right, and then not only that, but...
That's what I'm saying. I'm not denying the hype.
No, what it means to those athletes is a lot more. People train for like their whole lives just to have a couple of days in the Olympics.
I'm not discounting their efforts.
So it's not even that. But
I'm just saying for a lot of sports, it isn't the same.
No, but... That's because historically, like if you look at it,
boxing,
it's for amateurs and people make a career out of boxing, so it is big, I would say.
Right, but it's not amateurs. It's not the highest level, is it?
No, it is, because essentially those players then go on to become professionals. Look at Anthony Joshua, look at Amir Khan, and all the other ones. They literally hold off becoming professionals so they can box in the Olympics.
Why is Anthony Joshua not there representing GB now?
Because it's like you can't as a professional.
But the USA have got the dream team there.
What do you mean for boxing?
LeBron, no, for
yeah, that's different, mate.
Why is that different?
Each sport is different.
But exactly. Standard. Do you see how it's just all inconsistent?
It's inconsistent because you wouldn't even have. You'll have basketball in LA because obviously it's LA and it's US. But a couple of years we didn't have basketball either. So like all sports keep coming and going, but generally the core of the Olympics, the athletics, the swimming, all of that stuff, the archery, all that stuff, right? Yeah, makes the core of the Olympics, and then you have other sports that come and go, basically, right? But the very core of it, I think it's exciting. I love watching the Olympics. Admittedly, I didn't get to watch it so much this year because I was busy working and stuff. But generally, you know, the athletics and stuff, bro, like the 100-meter race, men's and women's, it's stuff of dreams. Even the 400-meter race, you know, and you've got the javelin. I was watching that very carefully, closely because of Neeraj Chopra, right? And then an Indian did really well. I think an Indian won a silver or perhaps a bronze in badminton too. So, you know, there's sports that you would not generally watch, like archery. I think is very interesting to watch, but you never watch archery otherwise. So it's a chance to watch other sports and for you to get involved in other sports so that you otherwise wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm just saying I think it's overhyped.
I don't think it is. I think it's underhyped, if anything.
It's not underhyped because, as you just said, it's the biggest event in the world. The biggest event in the world can't be underhyped.
Yeah, okay, but I think its hype is warranted in that case.
I don't know.
Also, it happens like once every
4 years.
4 years. So
it started in Greece, the Olympics in Athens.
Yeah, but it's like the World Cup. But the World Cup, is the highest level of football you will get in international football.
And Olympics is the highest levels of athletics.
Not for everything. Not for everything.
But for the core sports, yes.
So you're saying...
You're telling me, okay, look, if...
No, okay, that's fine then. So then why don't they just keep it to the core then? Where it is this absolute elite level.
But they bring in other people for more inclusion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. An event that lasts a month, technically shouldn't last a month. It could be over in a week.
2 weeks. It lasts. Not a month. It's 2 weeks.
What, the Olympics?
Yeah.
It was on for a lot longer than 2 weeks, mate.
It's 2 weeks, mate.
Really? Yeah, near enough. 26th of July to 11th of August. What was that?
Yeah, 2 weeks, mate. 14 days.
16 days.
Okay.
More than 2 weeks.
Right. 2 more days.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not a month though, is it?
Yeah, but...
How long is Wimbledon for?
Wimbledon is long as well.
Yeah, Wimbledon's a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Compared to the Olympics.
No, I
which
think
has
Wimbledon's
all
3
other
weeks.
disciplines.
3 weeks, sorry. 3 weeks, I think, Wimbledon, if I'm correct.
Which you could not be.
Which I could be.
Fact check.
Yeah, but my point is,
Your point is...
it is a waste of money. A lot of people do say that all that money is spent on the infrastructure, on everything. People complain about that, and cities are often left worse after the Olympics
Oh, 100%.
than before.
But it's something
But it's fine as long as Amrit enjoys it.
No, it's not about as long as Amrit enjoys it, but cities still put them through that, essentially, because they want to be seen on the world stage.
You do realise all that revenue made by the Olympics doesn't actually even go to the athletes.
No, it doesn't, but what I'm trying to say to
Do you think that's fair?
Listen, the point
Do you
I'm
think
trying-
that's fair?
No, I mean, athletes...
Why? So it's okay. You know what I mean?
What I'm trying to say to
you're
you
so big
is
on
the
sports washing.
No,
and,
it's not sports
We don't
washing.
like when sports covers human rights
Right.
and this, that, and the other. But when it's an event you like, it's
No,
okay.
it's not about that. What I'm trying to say to you, the significance of the Olympics is it brings a lot of high-level attention on the country and also the place where it's held at, right?
Yeah.
People use the Olympics...
Paris is huge.
No, I know, but people use the Olympics as soft power. You are going to be the center of the world for those 2 weeks,
Yeah.
right? And that's why a lot of countries and cities fall over themselves to host this. Now, the Commonwealth is similar, but now the Commonwealth has become a liability and countries are pulling out, essentially, right? After Birmingham, I think the country that was meant to be hosting the Commonwealth pulled out. I think it was Australia, I'm not sure.
Right.
So people don't see the point in the Commonwealth. They just see it as an expense, a huge expense anyway. But generally, with the Olympics, even though you're going to make a huge financial loss, countries still go for it and kind of like...
I've
risk
understood
it.
that point, but the whole point being is you don't seem to find that a problem.
What a problem.
Like you're happy for it to, the cost to be outlaid, for venues to be built, that half of them probably won't be used.
No, I think generally, if you plan it right, for example, the London Olympics venues are very much used, right? They may not be making a huge profit, but they are being used. They're not just sat there kind of gathering dust. The London Aquatic Centre is being used by the local community there.
Yeah.
Right? The Velodrome is being used by the local community there.
Well, yeah, no.
Right, and the stadium,
Sandal
London's-
Aquatics Gym, I go there now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
it was the pool for the Commonwealth Games.
Exactly. So although they don't recover financially the amount they're being put in, but generally speaking, if you're going to put up an expense, it does help the community after the
London's
Olympics.
actually an exception because the resources have been used, but often it's not the case.
A lot of the times it's not the case, yes, and that's where the Olympics committees are now changing it. So now they're looking to build more sustainable Olympics, whereby now the next LA one, right, basically the whole premise is that LA will not build anything new for the Olympics. Everything is there, the infrastructure is there. They may just renovate it, right, but in itself, they're not going to it's meant to be the first non-built kind of Olympics, and that's the sort of move they're making going forward now, essentially, as countries become more developed.
We need to go LA.
I'm down. Road trip 2025.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2028, isn't it?
2028. 2025 is next year. I don't know why you're on my case for the Olympics, man. It is the greatest fucking sporting event.
It's not the greatest. World Cup's clear. Champions League is clear.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. You're not more
You
excited
stupid twat.
for a Champions League
You
final.
know how hyped I get about the Olympics and everybody else. You just don't understand.
Amrit, you are
global.
stupid if you think the Champions League final isn't firstly a more competitive, but also a bigger event.
You're
than
telling me
the
100 meter race.
200 meter hurdles.
Okay, bruv, you're telling me men's and women's 100 meter race or the Champions League final?
Champions League final. If I'll give you an exception, Usain Bolt is about to smash the world record, and Blake is on his ass, and it's going to be a competitive event. Okay, you're ramping it up, you're building pressure, but this 100 meters men's that just went,
Yeah.
Noah Lyles, yeah.
Yeah.
Firstly, no swag, yeah.
Why not?
He's unmarketable.
How?
He's dead, bro. He's cringe.
He's
and
not.
a lot of companies have clocked it. He's not cool. He tries to be cool. He's not cool.
Right.
Remember when he came out with that whole comment, world champion of what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, he's not it. He's not what he thinks he is. He won the 100 meter race, 9.7, 9.8, whatever it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Usain Bolt smashed that, what?
his 9.58 is his. It's not far off.
No, he's got a 9.41, has he not?
Shut the fuck up, man.
Did he not? Is
The world
9.58
record is 9.58, man. 958.
9.47, I think.
No,
Yeah.
9.58. 958, that's his nickname, literally. That's his thing he goes by, 958. That's the world record.
Okay, yeah. So 9.58.
But this Olympics, I think all of the runners that ran in this race clocked it under 10 seconds.
Yeah, they did.
So that's as competitive as it's ever been.
Right.
So what's your point about it not being competitive?
My point is, it didn't smash a world record.
No, nobody's going to smash Usain Bolt's world record.
Okay. So then why are we watching it?
Okay, so you're telling me so nobody's gonna break Lionel Messi's records. Why are we watching?
How do you know?
anymore?
How do you know?
Well, then in that case, how do you know nobody will beat Usain Bolt's record?
Because I watched Noah Lyles a year ago. He's just not in.
Yeah. So what about in 10 years' time? What if you're going to new Usain Bolt?
But we know Mbappe's playing, and he scored a hat trick in a World Cup final against Messi. Did he not? So if Mbappe is playing in the Champions League final, he could produce something absolutely outstanding.
Right. Your analogy doesn't work, mate. Just because you think, it's not worth watching it because Usain Bolt is not there anymore.
Maybe I'm smart. Think smarter, not harder.
It is what it is.
Can't believe you think Olympics, 200 hurdles, jumping over a pool with a horse equestrian. Is better
you know
than Champions League
you know how intense it is when you're watching a race, like a 400-meter race.
It's cool. It's intense.
Matthew Hudson Smith,
BMX is intense.
Team GB,
BMX is intense.
Lost.
I'm not watching it.
No. Did you watch the 400-meter race?
No.
So a colleague of mine, her cousin was running it, Matthew Hudson Smith, right?
Right.
And he lost the gold medal right on the line. Right on the line. You know how intense that was? Do you realise, athletes...
Horror movies are intense. I still watch them.
You know, athletes work their ass off for 4 years for 10 fucking seconds. You know how intense you have to be.
I'm just running the Olympics.
Sounds like you. Okay. 10-second man.
Right.
Yeah. 9:58. But yeah, man. I mean,
you know what? I can't take it, man. I can't take your bullshit a lot of the times. But to say that the Olympics is not big and you're saying it's overhyped, shut the fuck up, man.
No, I'm saying it's big. Yeah, I'm just saying it's just a bit meh.
It's not.
It's a bit meh.
You're a stupid twat.
They need to fluff it up with the location and the
people like you are the exact reason why Olympics and sports ain't big in India, because it's just cricket and football. Right. You're one single-minded track me that you're. No,
if I rate a sport, I rate a sport.
Right.
So I rate rugby more than the Olympics.
What about archery? You know how intense that is,
mate. You keep going on intense. A horror movie is intense. It's not for me. So I don't care.
No, you talk about Test cricket being intense and the reason it's so beautiful. But other sports...
Test cricket is the hardest test in a sporting feat.
Shut up. It's the Tour de France is the hardest test in sporting feat, mate.
Okay. That's your opinion. My opinion is Test cricket. My opinion is Test cricket.
Do you even realise what athletes, cyclists go through Tour de France?
Well, according to your logic, then you're going off time, then you can talk about Ironmans and all sorts. But we're not talking about that.
No.
We're talking about one game.
Yeah. Tour de France.
Okay.
Single-handed, the toughest sporting event there is.
What, with the cycle? Oh, bike. Oh, give me a cycle lane. Oh, rip up all the roads and give me a cycle lane, please.
Have you seen the
cycling, Mikey?
Have you seen the images of their legs after they finished Tour de France?
Yeah, they got what? They got a vein popping.
No, they've got 200 veins popping.
Have you seen
burst veins?
Virat Kohli's abdomen after a cricket ball strikes him there at 90 miles an hour?
No, I've not.
Right.
Because he doesn't lift his top, mate.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
Right.
Test cricket mentally, for me, is the biggest test.
No, I think mentally and physically it's Tour de France. You have to realise with Tour de France, when you're doing cycling on Tour de France, you have to stay behind and you have to get the timing exactly right when you go.
Just sounds like an Olympics event to me.
That's why it would be exciting, mate.
Right.
You know how much
anything else on the Olympics? Other race, go on.
No. I just want to follow up on the Tour de France.
Follow up.
Right? Tour de France is both an individual and a team sport.
Yeah.
At the same time.
So is Test cricket.
Yeah. But not to the extent. You know how much rivalry you have within teams.
Rivalry in the Ashes, mate? You're going to deny the Ashes?
No, but you play together to win it together, but only one person wins the Tour de France out of a team.
Okay.
It's not the whole team that wins it.
Yeah.
Only one person. The others are known as domestiques, the servants of the main rider.
Okay.
Now, you know how much conflict there is in becoming the main rider and who's going to be the main rider.
I'm the main
and
rider.
People then have their own ambitions to push on, but at the same time they get told by the team to pull back because the main rider has to win.
It sounds cute.
It's fucking intense as fuck.
You know what else was very cute? Breakdancing.
Did you see that?
I'm surprised. Aman went up there, dug in. He would have won.
2020. Let's go.
You know, it's a shame because the Paris Olympics have been quite good, I think, sporting wise, right? But that, to close it all off, has made it into a joke.
Is that
They scrapped it.
Yeah, they scrapped. So they brought it in and then they scrapped it. I feel bad for it at the same time. And
the Olympics were good on a sporting basis, as you said, right? But there was a lot of controversy. Did you see all the opening ceremony, the Last Supper depiction, and
yeah? To be honest, I didn't really enjoy the opening ceremony. I think it was really shit. Chinese.
Everyone coming in on boats.
No.
I didn't think I'd see that many immigrants on a boat being cheered.
They're coming into France and they were all cheering them on.
LeBron James holding the American flag.
No,
Yeah.
did you see LeBron James at the Eurostar? LeBron James and Steph Curry and one of them a huge player. They were just like getting the Eurostar from London and like
Steph Curry was all around London, no one knew.
Exactly.
They've got people like Snoop Dogg.
Coming right.
They trusted Snoop Dogg with the torch.
And he's getting paid something like, what, $500,000 a week or something?
I thought he was going to drop it like it's hot.
No, the Olympic, the best Olympic ceremonies I remember, one is China. Do you remember 2008 Chinese?
That was the best.
That shit was something
What
else.
happened in the China one?
They had some they
Banging
had
drums and
over
some
thousands and thousands of synchronized dancers moving all in harmony.
But they do those parades like...
No, but it was fucking next level. And then people thought London would be shit compared to China.
London was good.
London
Do you know
was
why I
amazing.
like London? Because they went off little nuance.
Yeah.
You know, with James Bond, the Queen,
J. Queen,
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean. They had like
They hit
different
the
cultural
culture.
Was David Beckham in
culture,
that
like
as well?
Yeah.
They brought in like Indian Bhangra dancers and all that. Like they hit every branch of the culture, and it was beautiful. France one in compare, I can't even remember the Tokyo one actually. I think Tokyo's was a bit of a write-off actually because it was the middle of COVID, so it really wasn't a full Olympics as it would be normally. But the Paris opening ceremony was a bit dead.
Amrit, if you was responsible for the Indian opening ceremony, what would you do?
Oh God,
Jeez, that's a mad question.
India is bloody diverse, mate, more than any other country. So you'd have so many to draw on from. You've got Punjab, you've got South India, Kerala, Maharashtra, Nagaland, all these different things, man.
That's not the answer to the question.
What would I do? I don't know. It'd be a combination of things, I guess. You've got Bharatanatyam, the Indian traditional dance.
You'd have to open with that.
Yeah, you'd have to open with that. You'd have to get Bhangra in there.
You'd have to close with Bhangra, I think.
You'd have to close with
hype.
Bhangra. Yeah, Bhangra. Close with Bhangra. You've got...
So you open with Bharatanatyam, right? I'm probably not saying that right, but let's go with it. Open with that. Close with Bhangra. In the middle, you need...
Virat Kohli.
You need...
Bollywood's going to feature in there. You're going to have Shah Rukh Khan in there, 100%. You're going to have Amitabh Bachchan singing the national
Shah Rukh
anthem.
Khan doing this.
Yeah, you're going to have Amitabh Bachchan singing the national anthem. It's got to be him.
Amitabh Bachchan is like the Morgan Freeman of the US, isn't it?
Exactly.
He's just going to narrate something.
Exactly.
That's what he's got to do. Amitabh Bachchan's got to narrate it.
Yeah.
Then you've got to have...
Salman Khan. You've got to have...
you've got to have some cricketers.
You've got to have Ranbir Kapoor in there.
But wait.
There's going to be so many Bollywood dances basically in that ceremony.
Okay, we've got the Bollywood dance, right?
Yeah.
And what about Diljit?
Oh, 100%. You can't miss
You
Diljit.
reckon?
Diljit is the biggest Indian artist there is.
He is. I think we're cooking here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got
Diljit is the
Diljit.
biggest
We've got a lot
Indian
of celebrities, for sure.
We've got Diljit. We've got a Bollywood segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got Bharatanatyam. We've got
Like the classical Indian
classical
dances.
dance to open up.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Right. And then you've got Bhangra to finish.
Yeah.
And also you need some cricket. How do we incorporate cricket?
I don't think cricket is itself will be a sport, but generally I think...
No. You need some form.
You're basically going to have Sachin Tendulkar there doing something, right? You're going to have the Ambanis there because they love a fucking
Ambani's
show,
there.
right? They're going to be there flashing the cash.
That's just the pre-wedding.
Exactly, right?
That event is the pre-wedding.
The Ambanis are going to be opening up a cultural centre with get some fucking, bling up the thing.
You know what? This is going off topic a bit, yeah, but I actually heard about the Ambani's, one of the events at the wedding. It's just hundreds and thousands of people there. There's a comedian called Organising.
Yeah.
He was talking about being there with that Ranbir guy.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how literally everything internally, they set up loads of stalls.
Yeah.
So like a Jaiwala stall or a dosa stall, but it was all...
Like internationally renowned restaurants and
chefs from internationally renowned restaurants coming down to open up to be a stall at a pre-wedding party or a wedding party.
And it was the wedding party itself, and then I think they also had like big brands come in and just give away stuff like watches.
Yeah,
and
Kim
Gucci
Kardashian
bags.
Skims.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be they probably just spent 1% of their entire wealth, whereas Indian families generally, middle class, end up spending close to 30-40%.
That's crazy.
Percent of their entire
So
wealth.
everyone's talking about the Ambanis, what they're spending.
Yeah.
But do you know what, bitches? Why don't you look at what you're spending?
I mean, I wouldn't be that thing about it. I mean, still...
No, it's a problem. You're saying it's not a problem. I was speaking to my cousin who lives Southall way. She says the majority of people there get mortgages to fund their wedding.
No, 100%. People get loans.
But that's fucked.
People in India have to put their land up for a mortgage to fund weddings and stuff, So it is fucked. Whereas the Ambanis, I doubt they got a loan to spend on the money,
Yeah, I felt like with COVID, we went away from the culture of having all these outlandish, extravagant weddings and
Yeah,
People are
COVID helped
complaining like
because
this.
you could just sneak in a 50 people wedding. Oh, yeah.
30 people.
Sorry, yaar, wo on nahi dende the.
Yeah. Honestly,
वो कहते limit है यार.
that's what you did, man. You sneaked
Wait, I had
it.
150 people.
You were like,
He had people.
did you?
Yeah. How could I plan for a wedding that was due to take place when the restrictions weren't even lifted?
No, your wedding happened in 2022.
Yeah, so like a week
yeah.
after
Yeah,
the restrictions got lifted, right?
Fucking hell, man. You should have gone a week earlier.
Low-key you should have.
Yeah, I couldn't time the market, could I?
You should have. But yeah, so we're getting back to the Olympics. We've got Shah Rukh Khan. We've got Amitabh Bachchan.
Oh, the opening ceremony.
Yeah. Who else, then, man?
From India.
Yeah.
You got... Oh,
You went off on
do you
a
know what?
fucking-
I was going to say something, but she passed away.
Who?
Lata Mangeshkar. She would have been there.
But she'll be still there in spirit, as in, like, they'll play her music.
Nah, but then you need someone else. Who's the next
You need
big
someone
Bollywood
like
singer?
that new singer, that Hanuman Khan guy.
Yo, he needs to be there. Yo, he's lit, bro.
Yeah, he's killing it.
You know, in the last month, his song has been played more than Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us." It's been streamed on Spotify.
It's not
more.
hard to believe, man. It is a banger of a track.
It's a banger.
It's a banger.
But do you know why it's a banger? Because the music video is different.
It's different.
It's the way it's filmed.
Yeah.
And it hits each beat. That
You know, when
music
I was
video.
watching the video, I was genuinely questioning: is this guy Indian or what?
Oh yeah, he doesn't look Indian, but apparently he's grown up all over the place in the world, so that's why he's got like
There
lot
was
of
a heavy
influences.
US accent there.
Yeah.
But I think that's smart because that's what's going to pop in music.
Exactly.
Bro, he's killing it.
He's killing. He's big.
And what a name,
Exactly, Hanuman kind.
Hanuman kind.
Yeah.
What a name.
Huge,
Fire.
huge.
So he's got to be there.
Yeah, he's gonna be there.
So who's the Bollywood classical singer, the woman, the Lata Mangeshkar substitute? There is no substitute because she was the GOAT, but...
Asha Bhosle.
Ashla Bhosle or...
Not Ashla, it's Asha. Bhosle.
Asha Bhosle. And who's
Yeah.
that? Shreya
Ghosal.
Ghosal.
Yeah, but she's not really a classical, but she's probably the biggest in Bollywood in terms of females.
Neha
Definitely.
Kakkar.
No, are you kidding me, bro?
You forgot Priyanka Chopra
Priyanka Chopra is gonna be all,
and the Joe Jonas brothers.
and she'll come back.
You know what? That's a shout. Priyanka Chopra with the Jonas Brothers, they're going to be there.
No, but then
instant connection to
she'll
the
come
West.
back to Indian accent as well for the Olympics, I reckon.
Quantico.
Who else?
India.
I feel like we rinsed everyone, man.
We have, man. Is there
Yeah.
anyone left? We've got cricket, we've got Bollywood, we've got music, we've got
Classical dances.
classical dances.
We've got regional dances in Bhangra and stuff as well.
anyone from food?
Yeah, I think tea. Like tea
jar.
industry.
We need some jar.
And you're going to have like a lot of farmers come up in tractors. Because India is still very, very huge on farming.
We're not just...
agriculture.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll have a lot of procession of tractors, I think. Right beginning from the Green Revolution, starting with the old Mahindra tractors, right? To the new brand spanking huge tractors and fucking...
I think if India ever has an opening ceremony,
We should be planning it.
we should be planning it.
I should be the Seb Cole of the Indian Olympics.
Who's Sebco?
Seb Cole was the person who organised the London Olympics, man. He was the head of the committee.
All right. Well, don't throw that on me like that's knowledge I should have known.
Yes, because it was all over the news. I mean, do you not read the news, mate?
No.
How do you not know who Seb Cole was and who organised the London Olympics and who directed the London Olympics? Tell me. Come on, mate. Tell me who directed. Karan Johar is going to probably direct the London Indian Olympics.
Yeah, Karan Johar.
But it was what's his name?
But don't call him uncle.
Yeah, don't call him uncle. His name's blank my mind, but the director of Slumdog Millionaire.
So you don't know the name?
The director of Slumdog Millionaire. What's his name?
Slumdog Millionaire.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah, he directed it all.
We need Dev Patel there.
I don't think Dave Patel's going to be in that crowd, man.
Bend it like Beckham.
Gurinder Chadda. She'll be there, I reckon. But I don't think Dave Patel will be.
She don't make it. She's not big enough.
Nah, Gurinder Chadda.
Sorry to say, Keira Knightley was bigger off the back of it. So Keira Knightley's got more of a chance of being there.
Wait, what's his name, man? Why is his name on my tip of my tongue? Oh, Anil Kapoor's going to be there.
And then Kapoor will be there. But that's
He'll be
Bollywood,
there.
man. You're
Yeah.
just rinsing, but obviously Sunil Dutt.
Sunil Dutt is dead, you dickhead.
Sanjay Dutt. His son, Sanjay Dutt. Do you know who we need there? Do you know what the best way...
Danny Boyle, fucking hell, Danny Boyle.
Do you know what the best way to open the Indian opening ceremony?
What's the Susan Boyle at the Olympics?
Do you know who it is? Do you know who it should be?
What?
Pooja, what is this behaviour?
Oh, it's got to start with this.
Wow.
What is this behaviour?
Imagine it's silence, stadium, silent, there's lights, all them lights go off.
You hear like shattering noise.
Yes.
Glass shattering noise.
Glass
And then
shattering. Pooja, what is this behaviour?
and then it kicks off. And then you go, oh.
Then Pooja, Kareena Kapoor, dressed as Pooja from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, Pooh,
Yeah.
walks down the aisle. That is fucking fire.
And you've got to bring in the great Kali.
You got to bring
Fucking up everything.
That's
actually
quite
good.
a few names, man. Shilpa Shetty.
Shilpa Shetty.
Shilpa Shetty.
Nah, we've got too many nose jobs. We're putting up the job now. We can only have one nose job.
And Shilpa Shetty brings in poppadoms.
Sunil Shetty.
No, Shilpa Shetty
We need
brings it with.
I'd rather Sunil Shetty.
Do you not get that?
No.
Poppadoms.
No.
Shilpa Shetty. She got called a poppadom, mate, in Big Brother in the UK. There was like a whole
yeah.
international fucking thing about it.
Yeah, I remember.
So you can't. That was a huge cultural moment.
Yeah.
You've got to have in there.
Yeah.
A few poppadoms. You just have an image of Shilpa Shetty eating poppadoms. That's it.
Yeah.
Out of Dabba.
No, her own restaurant. She's got a restaurant.
Dabba made by the
No, she's got her own restaurants in Mumbai. It's meant to be one of the highest quality restaurants and stuff.
Oh, I've seen it actually.
Yeah.
It looks fire.
It looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fire. I sent you that, so don't say I've seen that. I
Shut
sent you
up,
that.
bruv. You have not sent me anything,
I did
mate.
send you that. Right, listen. Are we done for the Olympics?
I think so.
Right, because we've got a couple more topics. Yeah, a couple more topics.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen a wave of anti-immigration. You know how we've got the riots going on in England at the minute. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that because what we're going to say is fucking disgusting. It's a lot of hatred. We know everything there is to say there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we've seen it in Canada as well. And we know Canada is heavy for Punjabi, like heavy, bro. Like Toronto and Vancouver especially. Trudeau, in the last couple of years, because he gets a lot of money from it, has allowed a lot of students from India to come through because he gets that initial money. There's no guarantee of jobs for them. There's no guarantee of accommodation or anything for them. They're suffering. But unfortunately, what's happening is what's happening in Smethwick, like what's happening in West Brom. A huge influx of students, and unfortunately, a lower, how do I word this? The class of living just lowers. Like everything just becomes a bit worse.
I think people in Canada are struggling, especially like if I've seen, I don't know how true these videos are. I've seen videos on like Instagram and stuff where there'll be a job post and there'll be like 200 students lined up outside that restaurant or something, for example.
Well, yeah, but it's gone further. Like the people in Canada, imagine how nice a nation Canada is. Yeah, and people are getting sick there. The Gordy there are posting videos of up in it, old Singhs supposedly pooping in parks.
Oh, but that was just like misinformation and that just
yeah.
incident of racial hate, basically.
Well, yeah, this is
you're
what
gonna get that, but
No, but if you're getting that in Canada, the nicest nation of all, that's crazy.
It is crazy, but you've got to realize, like, there's been this huge drive of like populism around the world, essentially, and it kind of catches on everywhere. It's in India, it's in China, it's in Brazil, it's in Argentina now, in US, in the UK, right? France. Don't even get me started on the fucking Germans. It's up and coming there as well now. All these nations, So it's something that's been just setting world alight, man. So it doesn't surprise me one bit. So, and it's in Australia to a large extent as well. So
I think misinformation, it helps the problem. Well, it doesn't help the problem, but it probably, makes the problem worse. But what doesn't help is that basic living conditions like, health service and all these other things that are deteriorating in countries like that. So that's why...
I think, again, it's a narrative that you can't be too certain that conditions are deteriorating because you don't know what's... Like, it's one thing looking at the news and saying...
Look at the UK then. The government's backrupt.
Well, you do. Crime's through the roof now in Canada.
Crime's through the roof, yeah, I get it.
Gunshots, all sort, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Comparatively, I mean, you see a lot more of these things highlighted now because of the tensions surrounding the influx of immigration and so on. So if there's one incident that could have happened 10 years ago, wouldn't get the same sort of would now get 10 times the attention, for example, right? You've got to admit that, especially with social media as well.
Look,
it's immediately accessible.
What I'm saying is, it takes two to tango.
It takes two to tango, I get that, but I think generally speaking, a lot of it is blown out of proportion a lot of the times. For example, that whole post about somebody posting a Sikh man defecating on in the petrol station, which was completely fabricated, by the way, and it was so clearly fabricated as well because the legs of that person were white and the rest of the person was brown, essentially. So it doesn't make sense. But yeah, you're going to get these incidences everywhere, not just in Canada. It's a problem here. It's a problem everywhere. It's a problem in India. It's a problem in China. It's a problem in Germany. Everywhere, man.
Starting to piss the Gordy off, man. Worldwide, baby.
But those Gordy, I don't know what they're talking about immigrating. They're immigrants themselves in Canada.
Right, how so? I don't know. I'm genuinely asking.
Like, there's no, the native Canadian is not white, right? Just like the Native American is not white.
I know about Native America.
Yeah.
I don't know about Native Canada.
Right, yeah. So it's all just influx of immigrants. Like half of Canada is fucking French.
Right.
Even Argentina, a lot of Argentina, they're not they don't consider them Latinos, for example. They consider themselves, not even South America, but it's literally just the influx of European settlers in Argentina that make up majority of the country, 98% of the country.
I've got a. We said everything on that topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a madness of a topic. So, Kit Harington, we know him.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, right?
Jon Snow.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Jon Snow, yeah.
Jon Snow. So Kit Harington, he's doing West End. He's doing something called the Slave Play. And
yeah, I know what you
basically this attracted controversy because that show wanted blackout audiences.
Yeah.
Essentially saying, we're not discriminating, white audiences, you're welcome to come, but we would prefer if it was an all-black audience, right? Now, Rishi Sunak, when he was Prime Minister, he hit out against this. He, in his words, said it was wrong and divisive. What's your thoughts on this? I think this is
it's rich coming from a Tory saying it's wrong and divisive because, yeah. Well,
I think that's mad.
I think it is mad as well. But I can see where they're coming from, i.e. they want to...
Okay, explain that. Where are they coming from?
I.e. they want to open up that space to the black people a lot more than it is.
Is that what it is? Or is it that the play resonates with the black audience more and so they will just enjoy the show more? So, like, for instance, if we were going to make a play about Bhangra, right, we would just want Apne there because they will just get it, right? But, okay, if a Gora wants to watch, cool. But is that right?
Not necessarily. I don't agree with it, as I said. But if you're saying that something will resonate with the black audience more, for example, I'll give you an example of some plays like playwright August Wilson, right? He basically was a very prominent black playwright in America who wrote about the black American experience through the 20th century. Each of he's written 10 plays. Each of the plays based on one decade within the 1900s. So beginning with 1910s. 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 1980s, right? Yeah. So that sort of play. And have you watched the film Fences as well?
No, but I've remember seeing that.
Basically, it's what's his name? Denzel Washington. He directed as well. But that's again based on August Wilson's plays, and also then Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, right? What's his name again? Sorry, Chadwick
Boseman.
Yeah, he was. That was his last film actually. Again, that was based off of that play as well. So if you've got plays like that. That will definitely resonate with black audiences. You would encourage black audiences to come and watch theatre essentially because it's not something that.
But to put out an initiative to say we want blackout audiences, that's a step too far in my opinion.
I think it's a step too far, but I can see, for example, I think you go watch plays. I mean, I remember watching PR actually, which was the take on like Love Actually by Sukojla, right? And it was encouraging to see a lot of Indian audiences, Punjabi audiences within the theatre.
Shout out Sukojla, by the way.
Yeah. And I saw a lot of aunties, elderly, like people like my mum's age, having gone there and watched that. So I think it's good in that
no one's saying they shouldn't come and watch.
Yeah.
But to say only they can come and watch.
I think that's wrong, yeah. I agree with that. It's a bit divisive because I think if you want...
Divisive.
Yeah. As in, like, if you want people to understand your cultural nuances and get your cultural backgrounds, well, it's important for them to see those plays as well, just as much.
Was there anything you wanted to talk? You added this to the notes, so I'll leave this to you. Junior doctors end strikes after a 22% pay rise.
Yeah, that was it. Labour government making a fucking solid change already, man.
Are they?
Yeah. I mean, the junior doctors have withdrawn the strikes. Isn't that a huge step forward? Yes. Yeah. I mean, Tories, all this time, there was a deadlock. Labour come in, broken it straight away.
But we knew Labour was going to come in and pump loads of money into the NHS. The point is money is the answer. No, but in a failing system, it is not the answer.
No, but why is the system failing in the first place? Because there's not enough funding.
Because of inefficiency.
Where does that stem from? Because government previously made cuts after cuts after cuts, stifling staff. People are leaving the UK.
In times of austerity, pumping money and raising, our taxes in the future, maybe isn't the answer.
It is in a socialist country like the UK, mate.
Sorry, what?
It is in the socialist country.
What do you mean by socialist country?
As in, like, we have facilities in the UK that are very socialist in nature, i.e., for example, you pay a higher tax rate, yes, but you get facilities in return, i.e. free healthcare, free education, right? Something that is totally alien to other nations, for example. Right. High standard of living, generally, whether you agree with it or not, but the reason people want to come into the UK is high standard living,
of course,
clean streets, 100%, all of that,
100%.
Yeah, comes at a cost, and we together put in the money through our taxes. So generally, I think austerity, like, I get it, you need to be kind of frugal in tough times, but generally,
tough times never last.
Exactly, but then how long do you keep those tough times going on for? At some point, you need to put cash in. And I think Labour will do the right thing, and hopefully we'll see an improvement in the NHS now.
Yeah, I'm not going to suck Labour off as much as you do, but okay, we'll see. We'll see. I was going to do some reacts, you know. Should we do it? We've got 5-10 minutes.
Yo, let's do some reacts, man.
We're going to do some reacts, yeah.
These are not like that great, man. You need to get some good ones up.
Yo, what you saying, cuz you don't look alright, bro.
Yeah,
What's wrong, cuz
I think I have high sugar.
High sugar?
Yeah.
What, bro? I think you need that glucose relief, bro. I can see you don't look alright, cuz
Is it?
What's your BP saying, though?
He sounds like you, Amrit.
120.
Right.
120?
Yeah.
Come here, let me hear, let me hear that pops and bangs, cuz Bro, that sounds like an RS3, cuz Stage 2.
No.
Cancer, bro.
Dead.
Mega dick.
Well, you didn't know it's dead?
Yeah, I thought that was... Bro, you're not pulling out some good ones
Yeah,
for
these
these,
ain't
man.
viral, man.
All you gotta do, kiss your friend once for 1,000. Nigga, put that on your mama. On your mom. Hey, we got it. 10 seconds. I'll give you guys both each $1,000 if you kiss each other on the lips right now.
I swear, I'll sue your ass if you don't fucking...
Okay. Oh, I bet.
You're fucking paying us, or I'm gonna sue your fucking ass.
You know what? Sue me.
If you give us money, then we're good.
Alright, if you kiss him again, I'll send you.
No, I swear to God, bro.
You guys trying to make a band? No, don't
That's
listen.
not fucking up.
Imagine bringing an action in court.
Yeah.
Judge, he owes me $1,000 because I kissed my boy.
I mean, he made a promise.
He did make a promise.
There was promissory estoppel. You know?
What's promissory estoppel?
Like, when you make a promise and you don't pay up or something. Was it not? I can't remember, man.
No. Do you know what the elements are for a valid contract?
Yes. Offer, acceptance, and consideration.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Offer. He made the offer.
Made the offer.
Accepted, and it was performed. And then there was no
what was the
consideration. That's right. There was no consideration. What is he given in return? I guess content
and viral likes,
and possibly just the satisfaction of gratification of watching two men kiss.
And there you go. You know what? Maybe we should make a legal podcast.
Maybe we should fucking take up that guy's case.
We're gonna break up every couple we see. We're gonna tell them that we've seen him with another guy, another girl.
Like I said before, if I'm single, everybody else gotta be single too.
Bro, what's good?
What's going on?
Bro, dude,
How are you?
It's the hoodie. It's the third girl I've seen you with this week.
That's my sister.
We see.
Straight up failure.
Okay, we're gonna rate hugs.
I'm not a hugger.
How badly would my screen crawl?
Disgusting.
You are a hugger. Back hug.
Back hug's okay.
Is it?
I'd put that 5.
Yeah, I like a back hug. Maybe that's like a 2.
Why is the voice that? Group hug. I wouldn't do a group hug.
Nah.
Jail.
Why does she look like
Fucking
Emily
jail.
Thingy
9.
Blunt?
She does.
So she's rating the different types of hugs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bro,
it's
we're on the
classic.
4th one. Are you
Keep it
catching
on
up?
What?
Because some people don't like hugs.
Is that actually Emily Blunt?
Who doesn't like hugs?
One.
But you like all hugs equally.
No, not the group hug, but
That's the point. So a classic hug. Okay, where are we putting that?
Would probably number 1.
Classic hug.
Yeah.
Nah, the classic's just standard. That's just like number 3 or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's classic.
When you hug somebody, do you like
3.
pop your hips out, or are you very much
Self
hips
hug.
in?
See, that's like number 10.
bruv, how many types of hugs are there?
There's 10.
How?
Okay, wait.
My
That's an important question. Go on.
When you hug, do you like make sure that your hips are slightly out, so you're not touching genitalia? Or
I'm not trying to fuck.
You think too much with hugs.
no,
bro.
but like, do you just
Like,
normally
it's
go
just
in
a
that?
hug. Calm down.
Remind
man.
me not to let you hug my family or my fiance.
I know, just side hugs only.
If you're close to a person, a side hug is quite offensive, I think, right? Yeah, you're going for a full hug. So when you're going for a full hug with a person, how do you negotiate? Like, how do you go about it?
What do you mean by negotiate?
Like, how do you do it? Like, are you like keeping your
So
body?
say if, okay, give me someone so I understand what's going on.
How would you hug? Let's say.
We'll bleep the names out.
Okay.
Just so we know.
How would you say?
He's gonna go in on that shit.
How would you hug Emrata?
Okay, generally, you would.
How would you hug
forward.
Emrata?
He's gonna dive balls deep in that shit.
That's how you would hug Emrata.
That's how I would hug.
That's a bit creepy and molestary.
I already hugged Amrit.
You have not.
I've got picture evidence of me hugging
No,
Imran.
you've just got a photo of Emrata like 2 miles
And you're
away from
maintaining social distance with him.
yeah, no, Emrata was maintaining
Most
social
likely,
distance.
she told him to stay away from me.
No. Social distancing didn't happen at that point. This was
His story
2019.
is that he made eye contact with Emrata and she followed him.
Basically said, I want to take a picture, please.
How can she slap?
Yeah, I can't. You know, that's the
He
biggest
didn't even
bullshit
get to
I've
a
heard.
side hug.
Yeah, no.
Nah, trust me, more than a side hug happened.
He got a photo, but the photo is basically Emrata like doing this, like 2 meters away, and then him like.
Bro, that photo's AI straight up.
This is before AI. But it's good to know that you're jealous. Do you want to carry on watching this one or we'll have?
I think.
Move next.
You know what pisses me off? What? Chai tea latte?
This is what pisses you off.
That's
all
what he
the
orders.
things.
That's what he orders.
I ain't ordering no fucking chai tea latte.
He goes to Starbucks. Oh, hi there. Can I get a chai
Pumpkin
tea?
spice tea latte, please.
I don't think you two are fucking ordering that
He
shit.
gets pumpkin. 100%, and you know it as well. You know it as well.
Can we just have a clip of that come down with me, you using the little sachets to make tea?
But listen,
That's not the same
we
thing.
need to send word to Gorde out there. I don't know how we do it, but listen, chai and tea is the same
Of
thing.
all the things that are going on in this world, this is what you take up issue with. Yeah. Right. Okay.
You're telling me it's not a big problem?
This is where your activism culminates. Yeah. Peaks.
Yeah.
So you think it's a problem saying chai tea latte?
Bro, how is that not a problem? You just
So
sound
then
dumb.
you must have a problem with Gorda saying chicken tikka.
No.
But does tikka mean chicken?
It doesn't.
You
Tikka
tell
is a
me.
flavour, mate.
Tikka's a flavour.
But do we use that term?
Yeah, we say chicken tikka.
No, I get what he's saying. He's saying that's a menu term.
Yeah.
That's not.
But then you go to India,
a
you want to
daily
order
term.
chicken tikka. You say chicken tikka. You don't just say chicken or tikka. You say chicken tikka.
I don't
This
know.
guy just wants to
Naan bread.
argue for the sake of arguing.
Naan bread.
Naan bread.
Wait,
is
listen,
wrong.
question, yeah. Chili garlic naan or garlic naan?
I've never had chili garlic, but garlic naan. Garlic naan is top tier. Can never be topped. I think.
100%.
What about cheese naan?
No, I'm not for that.
Keema naan?
And do you know what?
No.
Me and him are like we would bleed for melted cheese on anything.
Exactly, but not.
So
a
no
fucking
cheese
naan.
or naan?
Yeah, we're not on a naan. I would.
But you would, innit? Do you know what?
No, it's
I've actually
heavy. It's heavy, though.
I've seen you eat something fucked.
What's
once. I personally don't like that sort of food, but you ate it. You had a ham and cheese croissant.
Yeah, people
wrong
have it
with
all the
that?
time.
I know people do, but for me, croissants are sweet.
Not necessarily.
For me, they are.
That's because you're a little child, mate.
I'm not a child.
Yeah.
I'm not a child.
You are a child.
Croissants, in their essence, were
Yeah.
made to be sweet, not savoury.
So the French eat it, and you think the French are wrong, and
The French are wrong.
The people who made it, mate. Yeah.
The French are wrong.
Okay.
As long as we know I'm right and the French are wrong, that's all that matters. Should we call it?
I think talking to naans, I really want a naan.
I want a naan as well. Should we go get a naan?
Go, let's go get a naan.
All right.